Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a good Saturday. So, I want to share an experience with you that can be relatable to our life issues. And God has a way where when experiences happen in our lives, we can always relate it to um, what is happening in our life. So, I was on a flight. The weather was really, really bad in Miami. And when I looked outside the window, it was like really, really gray and dark. And I thought, this is going to be a really turbulent flight. Nevertheless, we boarded, and the pilot said to us that he's going to keep on the seatbelt sign for a while because we're going to have a bit of turbulence going up. And once we get over the clouds, everything would be okay on our way back to Turks and Caicos. So I started praying. I was like, I love to fly, but when it comes to turbulence, nobody really likes turbulence. So we took off. Outside was really gray and dark, and we took off in the rain. And I was anticipating a really bumpy ascent because of how outside looked. It was really gloomy and but to my amazement, the flight was not as bad as I anticipated. It was a really good pilot, and although outside was dark, we went through a lot of clouds. We had a few bumps, but it was not as bad as I thought. And as I was flying, I said to myself, this is how sometimes our lives are. The situation may look really grim. It may look really dark. All odds may be against you, and you will start preparing in your mind, speaking negative, anticipating the worst because of how things look with your eyes, what you can see. But I stopped by to encourage you, not because things may look bad means that it will necessarily turn out bad. Because I had anticipated a really rough ride because of how the weather looked outside. But it was not close to as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't smooth, but it was bearable. And sometimes when we went through the clouds, I thought that it was going to be really shaky, and we didn't feel anything. I don't know if it was because of the altitude, but we didn't feel the turbulence. And that's how we can look at it from God's perspective. The higher your altitude, the higher you go in God, the less you will feel the struggles and the worries of life. And not because the situation looks bad means that it is going to be as rough as you think it is going to be. So don't allow the circumstances, what you see with your eyes, to determine the outcome of what is supposed to happen. Trust God and have faith, and keep your eyes not on the problem, but keep your eyes on the promise. And that is the word for us today. Keep your eyes off of the problem and put it on the promise, because I really thought it was going to be rough, but it wasn't rough. Have a blessed Saturday.